Have you ever noticed that one person in your life who never posts anything? They're on social media. They see your stories. They even react sometimes, but their feed, completely empty. No vacation pics, no birthday celebrations, nothing. Just silence. But here's the question, why? Is it shyness? Is it insecurity? Or maybe something much deeper? And here's what's even more fascinating. The psychology behind their silence reveals more about how they process the world than any post ever could. Stick with me until the end because what you'll discover might even explain your own relationship with sharing online. For some, it's about seeing through the performance. Imagine this. You're scrolling through your feed on a Tuesday morning, coffee in hand, and every post you see is perfectly curated. The breakfast looks too good. The caption feels rehearsed. The smile seems practiced. Now here's what happens next. Your brain starts doing something psychologists call authenticity detection. You're not just consuming content anymore. You're analyzing it. And suddenly, you can't unsee the performance. These people understand something most don't. Social media operates on what's called impression management theory. Everyone's a curator of their own museum. Every post is calculated. Every photo is filtered. Every caption is edited 3 times before posting. It's not about showing your life. It's about showing the version of your life you want people to believe. And here's the difference. Once you see social media as theater, participating feels exhausting. But here's where it gets tricky. These individuals develop what researchers call cognitive dissonance around posting. They see the gap between reality and presentation, and they can't bridge it. Does that mean they're judging others? Of course not. But what does it mean? It means they've opted out of a game they don't want to play. And honestly, that's completely valid. Think about that for a second. They're not antisocial, they're anti-performance. Then there are those who've built what psychologists call emotional boundaries. Picture this. You're at a family dinner. Someone asks about your promotion. Before you can answer, your aunt interrupts. Oh, I already saw it on Facebook. Now imagine that happening with everything. Your breakup, your health scare, your personal milestone. Everyone already knows. There's no intimacy left. No private moments. Just public consumption. This group understands attachment theory differently. They need what's called selective vulnerability. Not everyone deserves access to their inner world. Not every moment needs an audience. Their silence isn't about hiding. It's about protecting what's sacred. And here's the most interesting part. Research shows these people actually have deeper, real-world relationships. They're operating from a place of emotional independence. They don't need external validation through likes. They don't measure their worth through comments. Their self-concept, what psychologists call their internal locus of control, comes from within. It's not about seeking approval. It's about maintaining autonomy. And here's the difference. Approval seekers post and wait. Boundary setters live and move on. Now this is where most people get it wrong. They think silence equals secrecy, but it doesn't. It equals intentionality. These individuals simply refuse to commodify their experiences. And you know what? That takes serious self-awareness. We also see a third group struggling with something called decision fatigue. Imagine this. You take a great photo. Now the questions start. Should I post this? What caption should I use? Which filter looks better? Who should I tag? What hashtags work? Is this the right time? Wait, will this offend someone? Should I crop it differently? Each question requires mental energy. Each decision depletes your cognitive resources. And suddenly, posting one photo feels like running a marathon. This is what psychologists call activation energy. It's the mental effort required to start a task. For some people, that energy cost is too high. Their brains are already managing work stress, relationship dynamics, financial planning. Adding social media strategists to that list, it's overwhelming. So they choose silence, not because they don't care, but because they're conserving energy for things that actually matter. But here's where it gets fascinating. These people often experience what's called time blindness around posting. They think, I'll post later. Then days become weeks, weeks become months, and suddenly, they haven't posted in a year. Does that mean they're lazy? Absolutely not. But what does it mean? Their brain has categorized posting as non-urgent. And in our attention economy, non-urgent means never done. Let that sink in. Their silence isn't rejection, it's prioritization. Another group operates from deep authenticity conflicts. You're at an amazing concert. The music hits your soul. You feel alive. Then you see everyone around you recording, not experiencing, recording. Their phones are up, their eyes on screens, not on the stage, and you think, what's the point? Here's what happens next. You realize you're watching people document life instead of living it, and something shifts inside you. These individuals experience what's called presence awareness. They understand that constant documentation actually prevents genuine experience. Neuroscience backs this up. When you're focused on capturing a moment, your brain can't fully process the moment. You're in task mode, not experience mode. It's not about being present versus sharing. It's about choosing depth over breadth. And here's the difference. Sharers collect moments. Experiencers absorb them. They've also developed what psychologists call value alignment resistance. Their core values don't match social media culture. They value privacy over publicity, depth over breadth, quality over quantity, real connection over digital performance. And when your values clash with a platform's culture, silence becomes rebellion. And here's the most interesting part. These people often report higher life satisfaction. Why? Because they're not constantly comparing. They're not seeking validation. They're just living. And honestly, that's revolutionary in 2025. And finally, there's a group that simply prefers to observe. Think about this. Some people love talking at parties. Others love listening. Same concept applies online. These individuals are what psychologists call information processors. They consume content voraciously. They learn, they analyze, they reflect. But broadcasting, that's not their style. They operate from what's called introverted information processing. Their brains literally work differently. They need time to process experiences internally before sharing externally. If they even share at all, it's not about fear of judgment. It's about natural temperament. And here's the difference. Extroverts process through external sharing. Introverts process through internal reflection. Research shows these people have high emotional granularity. They experience feelings deeply and complexly. A simple vacation isn't just fun. It's wonder mixed with exhaustion, mixed with nostalgia, mixed with gratitude. How do you caption that? You can't. So they don't try. Instead, they let experiences marinate. They journal privately. They discuss meaningfully with close friends. Their silence is full, not empty. Does that mean they're disconnected? Not even close, but what does it mean? They connect differently, more intentionally, more selectively, and honestly, probably more meaningfully. So whether you post everything, post nothing, mutes, or post occasionally, for some, it's about refusing to perform in a theater they never auditioned for. They see the curated reality, and they can't participate in something that feels fundamentally inauthentic. For others, it's about protecting emotional boundaries that took years to build. They've learned that not everyone deserves access, and privacy is power. And for many, it's simply about temperament. They're observers by nature. Processors, not broadcasters. Thinkers, not performers. And you know what? None of these are wrong. They're just different ways of navigating a world that constantly demands we share, post, perform, repeat. The real question is, which one are you? Do you stay silent because posting feels performative? Have you noticed how your best memories are the ones you never shared online? What does that say about how you see the world and your place in it? If this made you think differently about social media silence, you'll absolutely love the other psychology topics we cover here. We break down everything from why some people never apologize to why certain personalities attract toxic relationships, all backed by real psychology. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video where we dive into the psychology of people who seem happy but aren't. Leave a comment with your thoughts and tell me honestly, are you a silent observer or a chronic sharer? And more importantly, why? And let us know what video you want next. Your suggestions literally shape this channel.